Hello, hello, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I have shish, sorry I'm late. I made shish kebab. I have my roll here and um and I have it on the grill. I'll show you. I'll show you. My it should be quieter today because my bird feeder is empty and I need to refill it. But see, this is what I was doing. This is why I'm late. I was I was shish kebabbing all of that, and it's cooking now. So yeah, have it on low, and I almost flipped it, but I'm like, it's not really ready to flip. So um, so I got a new candle. I went to the farmer's market yesterday. This was the first time I worked 4 days. And like the next 2 weeks, I'm not working 4 days because um, next week I'm going to be off for Monday, Memorial Day. So I'm going to work 3 days. And then the following week, they're not working on a day, on a Thursday of the following week. So I'll work 3 days. But I am so happy for my job. It's a perfect amount of time for me to work. And even if I work 3 days a week, I'm going to be making up what I am making with. I'm still getting the alimony now. What I was making in the alimony. So kind of like it was the same job. I was a nanny to my to 4 of my 5 kids. For sorry, that's cynical sounding. I'm gonna light the candle. I got this candle at the farmer's market, and it's tobacco scent, but it smells really good. So 0 watching right now, but thank you for watching the replay. And I know people will be coming in. So yeah, happy Friday, Memorial Day weekend. I got a COVID shot yesterday, but I didn't get any other shots with it. Before I got other shots with it, and I really felt bad. So this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm seeing, is my timer going? I meant to put my timer going. I might flip my shish kebab. Let's check on it. But let me play my flute and then I'll check on it. Just a little ditty on my flute. It calms me down for some reason, and it's a creative thing. I guess that's why. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it over now. See that? Okay. Just fire it up a little tiny bit, I guess. See, flipping it. It's hard for me to hold this while I'm doing this. So forgive me. Forgive me my awkwardness here. I think I'm gonna put like 7 to 10 more minutes. These bigger ones. It's hard to cut your chicken like all the same size. I try to, but they're never all exactly the same size. And that one, let me move these around. Let me move these. Okay, there. Wait, that do these two. Okay. I'm going to say about 7 minutes. Approximately. Speaking of that, still nobody here. Hey, I'm live, people. I'm live. Did I share it on my community tab? I think I did. Let me check. I think I shared it on my community tab. Everybody busy today? Yeah, I did. I did. Okay. Let me do like 7 minutes. And let me say a poem for you while we wait. Since I have nobody here to talk to, Oh, I'll introduce my topic. I was going to talk about why being codependent and enabling the narcissist is just as bad as being a narcissist. It's because if the narcissist didn't have people to enable them, they wouldn't be able to do anything. You know, every narcissist, they have people enabling them, and it's happened time and again in my life, where, you know, like with the bullies, when I was unjustly thrown out of the Celebrate Recovery at my church, that woman, that leader, was a narcissist. You know, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't even realize my own husband was a narcissist until after we separated, because he's a covert type and can be very nice. Oftentimes, my dad could be very nice at times. You know, if it served him, and it usually did, it served him well to take care of his family and take care of. He didn't want anything bad about him. You know, it's the same thing with Trump. And Trump has so many enablers too. And so here's Ian. Hey. Ian got a flat tire, so he's going to go check on his car. So I went to pick him up. And he was looking for a tool that to change his tire, and it's been misplaced in his move and all that. He had all his stuff in his car, and so yeah. All right, so let me say my storm poem. Again, no, I'm going to do I want to do a different one. I don't want to burn my stuff though. Do I have time for a poem? Yeah. It's good. I think it's going to be done in 7 minutes. Okay. Let me see. What will I? Oh, how do I said all these? I say a lot of the same ones over again. So I'm trying to find a new one to say for you. Let me look. This. Oh, here's one called Water Woman. It's short. It's from my new book of poetry, read poems. And I had a quote from Edgar Allan Poe before this poem. The world is a great ocean upon which we encounter more tempestuous storms than calms. Edgar Allan Poe. It's called Water Woman, and this was inspired by a few things. Virginia Woolf. Well, it's a reference to her. And the American poets Don't Let Me Wash Away. Deep Water, the song. Okay, but it's called Water Woman. Please tell me I won't wash away. No rocks in my pocket. I won't cry wolf. That's a reference to Virginia Woolf. Keep my head above water. That's an Avril Lavigne song. Will you be my breath in the deep, deep waters? It comes and goes in waves. It always comes back, but it's never quite the same. My waves are lost in the ocean. So, okay, this is about to eat. I think my food is almost done. Let me see if anybody's coming. Nobody's coming and nobody's watching. I'm going to say my redheaded poem, okay? Blondes have all the fun. They're the lucky ones. Gentlemen prefer them. It seems bad boys prefer me. Perhaps another shade of dye is worth a try, but my cousin says her red hair makes her fly. They look at her, they look at me. If he's male, we'll get it for free. She's got sass, she's got spunk. She knows a God, don't make junk. They call me red, a firecracker, they said. I no longer care what they say. It's in my heart, can't be taken away. Someday my hair will fade, and I'll let it stay gray. Beauty is vain. But the fire in my heart will burn on, and to my king I'll sing the song. His love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. He whispers to my heart, his love for me will never part. Okay, I got my rice already, and I think I'm going to get them off of the grill because I think they're probably done. So I will point you guys over there so you can see me. Okay. Yeah, yep, I think it's done. I think it's done. Yep. Oh, and I usually turn it off first. Gas. Turn this off. I don't know if you can even hear me. Yes, it looks perfect. Look at that. Still nobody here. Well, it says when I'm watching. Does that look yummy? That looks yummy. Okay. And this is, so I went to the farmer's market yesterday. I have lemon blueberry bread with cream cheese frosting and banana bread for dessert. And I have my rice here. It's basmati rice. I'm gonna get a couple of these. And then I'm gonna take, let me see, do I want another one? I might not eat it all, but I'm gonna take another one. And there's flies out here. I'm gonna take it inside. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna take this inside, but it'll just take me a second. I'll be right back. There we go. I'm going to say grace. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. And thank you for all my YouTube subscribers and watchers who are going to be here soon. And thank you for this food. Thank you for my job. Thank you for my children. Thank you for My son Ian, thank you for my parents. Please bless my children and my grandchildren. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's try this. I marinated it in some soy sauce and olive oil with basil that I got at the farmer's market also. Oh, it's pretty good. It's just time consuming to skewer all this. It's good rice. So is everybody busy today? Where is everybody? There's no one to ask. I'm off Monday. I wanted to ask everybody if I should go live at lunch. If it's going to be like this is the answer to my question. I'll go live at 5:30. Because Monday's also Memorial Day, so people might be busy. Tomatoes and sweet peppers, mushrooms. I have a number of videos to edit. That hopefully I'll get to tomorrow or this afternoon. This is very good, if I do say so myself. Did anybody get notified? I think I'll share it again. Maybe because I'm late. That might not be good because people might have came in at 12:45 and I wasn't live. There we go. This is good. have coconut pineapple, sparkling water, they call it. It's like soda to me. It's really good. And that's pineapple coconut. One watching, thank you for being here. I need someone to talk to. Just saying. But so the thing with codependence is they enable the narcissist, and they enable the narcissist to treat people badly, and they allow it, and they make excuses for them. I repeatedly tried to talk to my pastor because he was reasonable, but he was codependent, honestly, and didn't want anything to do with the recovery part of his church, and just wanted to let this woman run it and let her treat me badly. And it wasn't right. And he didn't do anything. And he enabled her and let her do that. And the same thing happened with the bullying. And the same thing happened in St. Louis with my bad roommate. Like, I believe the roommate from hell, I call him, was a narcissist. That you don't recognize it right away. You got to be careful with people, and like, especially if you're renting to someone like that. She should have never rented to him. And then he makes everything everybody else's fault, and he ran off her other good tenant, and she even made excuses about that. Well, he's deployed. He was going to go anyways. He was deployed. He went to Chicago. He didn't even leave the state, because we were in Illinois, on the Illinois side of St. Louis. And yeah, it's really unfortunate that, because if the narcissists didn't have so many enablers, they wouldn't get their supply from them, and it would stop. So I want to implore anybody, if you think you're codependent, yeah, go to Codependence Anonymous. Listen to the channels I have linked below. They talk about it a lot, like Lisa A. Romano. I have Lisa A. Romano linked below, and Martha Beck and Terry Cole. But if I hadn't made progress with oh gosh, I would still be in a mess. I might still be in St. Louis, or still be in Denver, if I was still codependent. Because I might have got stuck in Denver helping my other child, who I didn't need to help because he was disrespectful. He's very disrespectful. And since I was strong enough to say no to that child, I'm helping my respectful child. And everything has just been working out and falling into place. It's just been awesome. My mom used to put mushrooms in salad, raw mushrooms in our salad when I was a kid. Sometimes, and I don't like mushrooms raw. I like them cooked. I've gone 30 minutes and no one's chatting with me. Everybody's busy today. Maybe you didn't get the notification. Mel Robbins is good too. Talking about that stuff. The let them theory is really for codependents too. It's very applicable. I've heard a lot of codependents talking about it. Just let them. And my codependency really made things more complicated and worse with my kids that weren't treating me right. And yeah, it really did. And I'm done eating. I think this may be not being pushed out because I'm not doing as many videos like this last week because I had trouble with the KineMaster. Because I think when you get going and I was posting more videos more often, then it pushes out your videos more. I don't know. I'm having thoughts as to why there's nobody here still, and I'm gone 33 minutes. I'm going to eat my dessert. So I got banana bread and lemon blueberry bread with cream cheese frosting that I got at the farmer's market yesterday. Not a banana bread first. It's really good. Dropped a crumb. Hello, one watching. Thank you for being here. 0. I think that one watching might be someone people still stalk me. I'm tempted to say, hello, stalker. No, never mind. I'm sure the bullies probably pop in now and then. If so, I'm praying for you. Still. And not for you to die. That was a bad joke. I never prayed that. Very good. I may read this. I didn't post the thing from Monday either, because just like since Monday, going live Monday night, I've been really busy. So that was my last video that posted, was my live from Monday night. I'm going to read the Coda devotion because that goes with my topic, right? So the Colorado Department of Health called me. Interesting. I'm not in Colorado anymore. Okay, I'm going to do a double video. I'm going to read you this devotion for today, which is 23rd. Oh, and also celebrating, you guys, 3 months. I left Colorado on the 23rd of February. The 23rd of February. It's been 3 months. In 1 month, I have found the house. And my son came down here on, arrived on March 14th. I arrived on February 24th. And then we got the house on like the 3rd of April. And then I started my job on the 30th of April. So it's been so awesome, you guys. It's been so awesome. I've been here 3 months, and that's how you know, like, things falling into place. That's how you know something is just like meant to be and you're on the right track. And even in church, they taught that you follow peace, like they would say the silly thing, like, I don't have peace about that. When deciding to do something. So yeah, it's been pretty awesome. Doing a double video. I'm reading In This Moment, meditation book, daily meditation book from Coda, Codependence Anonymous. And for May 23rd, in this moment, I look within. A mirror to gaze deeply into life is a reflection of my soul. An insatiable longing silently accompanies me. The need for trust and love exposes me to risk. I look within and acknowledge secrets. Intuition guides me to fill the blank pages of my life with confidence. Happy endings are choices to cherish. That's a good one. Bye. Okay. I'm going to read another. Read another poem. I'm going to read It's the Story of My Life. It's in this book, The 7-Story Tree. If you don't know what the thing is, what the pun is, my last name is Story. Okay, I'm going to do a double video again. Hi, I'm doing a double video. I'm live and I'm doing this video on my phone. I'm going to read you a poem from the 7-Story Tree called It's the Story of My Life. And the verse I put before this poem is, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Genesis 50, verse 20. It's the story of my life. If this is love, it does stink. It took me to the brink. He was tall, dark, and handsome, and he held me for ransom. I was the one who made all the boys come undone. So insecure, I thought, what's the allure? We married. I was 19, just barely a pregnant teen. Sarah came. We were 20 and 24, always keeping score. What's a baby for? She held us together. I poured my life into my children. They gave me the unconditional love I longed for. Our house was a very, very, very fine house with 13 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard, just like poor Ali Sard. That's from a Dr. Seuss book. Opposites attract, then they distract, and you react. You must not yell. You whistle so well. It's what happens when a volcano meets a tornado. It's a chemical reaction which drives you to distraction. Put your neck in traction. Setting this house in fire, burning away my desire, burning my bridges down. On it goes, and it grows and grows and grows. You can't see inside the tree. You can't see inside of me. I'm full of fear and not love. So is he. But he can't see. The blind lead the blind into the pit. It's where all cowards go, but not me. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. That's from an Imagine Dragons song. Welcome to the new day. But you're saying I should stay to be a slave to their ideals? A good Christian always stays and forgives. They encourage your codependency. Close your eyes, cover your ears and mouth. Play the same old game, a tug of war. Why do I pick up that rope? Because he's so dope? I went back to him time after time, but now he thinks girls just want to have fun. Then why would I run from those dogs chasing me, those men? To stay in shape. Someday I'll wear a superhero's cape. Discipline is not pleasant, but its rewards are the best by far. I strive for excellence. Why are we so dense? We know exactly what to do with sin to be through, to your own self be true. But we want to cliff hang, play with fire, and you will be burned. You reap what you sow. So what's your story? Everyone has one. Say what you mean to say. Get a new life today. Bow your head and pray. Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. Don't just ask him to come to dinner. He can heal your achy, breaky heart, but you must give him every part. Who's your idol? Lay him down, and you can pick up a crown. That's the end of that one. Hey, hi, Pam. Thank you for being here. I was all alone. All alone. Bye. I'm doing a double video. Hi. Nobody here. I ate my lunch and everything and my dessert. And I read a devotion. So how are you? this was the first time I've been sort of like easing into my job, because first I worked 2 days because we were waiting. I was going to start, but then my background check took a while to come in. Not because there's really anything on it, but there's a lot of stupid little stuff, and there's someone else's name on my someone with a different last name, and they thought, I told them that wasn't ever my last name. My real maiden name wasn't on my background check, and this other name was. And so they thought that, and I said, but that's not, they understood it wasn't anything. Thankfully, this person, whoever it was that has my first name and apparently has a similar social or a same birthday as me or something, comes up on my background check. And I don't know if I can really do anything about it. I tried to call them, and they were supposed to call me back. Cool. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been busy working. Trying to click on your comment. Let me see. Yeah, I bought this pretty flower at the farmer's market to plant, and I'm gonna plant it over there, over here where there's so much sun, at the front of the house. So Ian got a flat tire, and he doesn't have the tool he needs to change his tire. So he just went to check on his car. I'm like, I'm concerned about your car because his tags are expired. So and this lady, my brother's neighbor, when was that? That was 2018. When I drove out here from Georgia, and I went to the Switchfoot getaway, and I went on a missions trip to Mexico, and I went and I visited my family for a week too. So my car was parked in the same spot. And like, apparently my brother doesn't talk or know his neighbors or is not friends with them or whatever. So this lady's like, this car with Georgia plates has been sitting here 2 weeks. And because I was riding around with Joyce, with my sister-in-law, and I was always closer to her. Well, not when they first got married. I was closer to my brother, but a few years into it, I'd say, probably by the time Ian was born, I ended up being closer to my sister-in-law than to my brother. But so I was riding around with Joyce when I was in California, and then I went down to Mexico. My car was still sitting there, and then we find out from this lady that she was about to call the cops. She's like, oh, people stole cars, and then they abandoned them, and this car has Georgia plates, and and I was like, it's something specific to his vehicle. It's a 2007. He was looking at my car to see, because mine's a Toyota, but it's a RAV4. Because I was looking to buy a Highlander like his. I was looking for hybrid Highlander like his, and but I ended up with a RAV. And he was looking at my car because it's a Highlander. He has a 2007 Highlander limited hybrid, and it's a special tool. He went and looked at AutoZone last night and didn't find it. But I started thinking like about that lady in Santa Clarita wanting to get my car towed, and I was like concerned about his car. So I said, you can take my car and go check on it. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'll still go at 5:30 on Monday, especially since everybody might be busy. I don't know, during the day on Monday. Monday's Memorial Day. So, but yeah. But everything's going good. It's really nice today. I don't think it's gonna get. It doesn't feel like it's gonna get as hot today. Let me see. Um, I stopped going for a walk with the baby, my baby, that I'm a nanny for, that I'm a nanny to. I stopped walking with him in the afternoon this week because it is 78. But that's all. That's as hot as it's gonna get. 78. That's good. That's good. But so maybe it's a nice breeze. It's a nice breeze. I got my COVID shot. It was expensive. I thought it was going to be free, and I don't have insurance. But I got it anyways. I feel like it's important to get your things, your vaccines, especially with this crazy jerk. Nicely putting it nicely. RFK and his health person. It's a freaking circus. It's a little bit sore where my shot is. So let me see. Yeah, need to um I need to post some videos and stuff, but I haven't. And I probably need to get a paid subscription to my um to edit my videos, the Kitty Master, because it's sending me like ads, and that's why I haven't been able to edit my hike, because it goes to these ads for these games and I can't get out of it unless you want to get it. And then, it's been so annoying. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on with this Kitty Master? It's annoying. It's so annoying. So, but yeah. Yep, it's really nice. But so I've almost gone an hour. Um, Maybe I'll read just trying to figure out what. what I should read. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys, it's taken me so many years to work on this codependency thing because it was like so ingrained in me. And I kept like attracting narcissists. And I think I hear something. Might be that lizard again. So yeah, I hear something under the patio. It's creepy. I could hear the rats under my house before they came, so that kind of creeps me out. But I'll be okay. It's just a porch. Let me read this poem about the singer I met, like right when I separated, and yeah, and I not only kept attracting narcissists, I kept being attracted to narcissists, and I realized this guy was married. I finally like let it go, but at first I thought, well, maybe he's getting a divorce too, or maybe he's not in a happy marriage either. But I'm like, no, he's a freaking narcissist. Oh my gosh. So anyways, so this is a poem in the 7-Story Tree. Okay, maybe I'll say it. I'll do a double video. I don't know if I'll post it or not, but let's do it. Because but thankfully it's just taken me a while, you guys. It's taken me a while because it's been over 10 years since I separated from my narcissist, and then we lived in the house 2 years together, and then I moved out of the house, and then 2 more years until we were divorced. So it's been a while. So yeah, and it's taken me, and like, I'm done kicking myself, y'all. I need to be done kicking myself because it takes a while. I was with him so long, and I was trauma bonded, and I was all that. It messes with your head to be with a narcissist, especially for that long. So this is about, I met this, nothing ever happened with this singer, and he was married, and I even did this poem about his wife. I ran into his wife. I met his wife because they did a cruise. It was the Jesus Freak cruise. It was a DC Talk reunion. But anyways, let me say this poem. I'm going to say a poem from the 7-Story Tree. It's from 2014, actually, when I met a singer, and I was still attracting narcissists, and I was still kind of attracted to narcissists. And I didn't realize, I kept not realizing right away that a person was a narcissist. Still, it can sometimes be tricky. You don't know immediately. Don't think you'll know immediately. Yeah, takes a while to recover. Yes, thanks, Spam. So this poem's called King and Crown, and I actually got the crown for this verse. So the king will greatly desire your beauty, because he is your Lord. Worship him. Psalm 45:10. And the heart too is, I had these blog posts. My blog is linked below in my below my live. I'm doing a double video. So the king will greatly desire your beauty, because he is your Lord. Worship him. Psalm 45:11. King and crown. Poet, rocker, movie star. I know exactly who you are. I Google you and a million pics pop up. After 10 minutes, do you think you know me? I am much more than what you see. What is it that you seek? For I am not your average Jesus freak. Perhaps you see the fear and longing in my eyes, but I am so tired of lies. Yes, there's a ring on my finger. I still have my ring on my finger because 2014 was right when we separated. Yet my heart is cold. Sometimes I feel fat and old. Bad boy, believer, philanderer. But I am no better than you. We are just the same, we two. Sinners saved by simple grace. Do you want to see me again? How can you see me again? You missed me the first time. It seemed like you knew me, but you looked right through me. It's all my fault, of course. My daughters know I'm a bad dresser, forever the second guesser. I shouldn't hug strangers. I didn't see the danger until you said, I'll see you later. I felt the light touch on my back. Don't dwell on all the things you lack. Could this be a satanic attack? The chills go down my spine. I hear the hubby say, you are mine. He's very possessive. There's tension in the air. I want to walk you to your bus. I hear the dark-haired one again. What about us? I'm through with you. If you had come, I wouldn't be hanging here on this cliff. I'm listening to him saying he wants to see me again. That voice, oh my God, help. Come on, Susan, make the choice. The right one, wake up. That's his voice saying, remember me? King and crown one day will meet. Don't let what the womanizer says go to your head. He just wants you in his bed. This man's a mess, a hot mess, just like you. But the king desires my beautiful heart. He delivers me, will never part. The princess is all glorious within. She doesn't want to sin. She only wants to honor him. I'll worship my king. Forever I'll sing. My heart overflows with this theme. So do you. I'll say goodbye. Jesus loves both you and me. Surrender all to him and you'll see. He makes us all royalty. And I am still a fan of you, just not what you do. Most importantly, he is too. Bye. So, yeah. And so this, like I said before, this was all written when I was still in the church. I was still, and part of that, I needed to step back from that a little bit too. And I feel like everything I see, everything I went through and happened was like needed. I needed to do. And I needed to get to the point where I said, I need to step back from the church thing and being so, like the way that poem was written when I was still in it. And there was like, no way, and a person who started stalking me, I'm not going to say too much about it, but they noticed the interaction between me and him on Twitter. And just like she like accused me of going after a married man, and like nothing happened with him. But I kind of got pulled in by him a little bit and thinking like, well, maybe he's, but he wanted a side chick is what he wanted. And his wife has red hair, and he just wanted, I had this neighbor before I moved out of my ex's house, and it was a narcissist too. A neighbor, and I was friends with this lady, Fran, who was moving across the country to live with her son because she was getting older, but she was moving all the way to Oregon, so she's getting rid of a lot of her stuff. So I was at like a yard sale and talking to this other guy who was friends with her, and he was his name was Mr. King, and like when I got he thought I got the tattoo for him. And, but it was for the poem, and there's a song that guy sings called Kings and Queens. But anyways, this man said, well, 2 redheads are better than 1. I'm just like, and that man, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like, oh gosh, he was an old man, and he started coming on to me, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, and that's how delusional. I mean, like, if you listen to the things like Donald Trump says, like they're delusional. They think they're all that. They have delusions, I feel like, of grandeur. And I'm like, I can't believe this old. Okay, I'm like, I like this young man my age. He was actually a couple years younger than me. He was my age though, like 40 something. He was 40 something. I was a few years old. I'm a few years older than him, actually. And I'm attracted to him, but I'm not going to be with a married man. And then this old man is making, and I'm like, dude, what are you thinking? Why are you first of all, not attracted to you at all. You're in a whole, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's another narcissist. It's another narcissist. And so like, it always took me a while, like when things go south with someone, it's often then that I realize, because at first they're nice, and like, don't think you're gonna know like you guys. There's so many narcissists, and you often don't know, and you often won't know until something comes up, and then you'll go like, why did they do that, or why would they do that? And yeah, especially like I feel like I've been conditioned. So my father-in-law is a narcissist, and also they catered to him, and even and I would be like, okay, they're all different, and my husband is now ex is a vulnerable narcissist, and he can he can fake empathy, and he'll show empathy if it's to benefit him. And it's absolutely crazy. And so we would go every year at Thanksgiving to visit my in-laws, and my ex would, and it would be totally different what my ex would say. I would often say my ex was two-faced or a chameleon. He would change with whoever he was with, because a lot of narcissists are also codependent. Like my dad was very codependent. My ex is very codependent and enables people and enables other narcissists. and like his dad, and they're excuse the excuse the expression, but they are ass kissers. Yeah. And that's what all these people around Trump are. They're ass kissers. And because like if the narcissist didn't have enablers, they wouldn't be able to do all the things that they do. It's just that simple. And so my ex, he's narcissistic, but he also, we'd go down every year and he'd, be an ass kisser to his parents. And it's like they'd never come up to see us. And then he built a house in Byron. They never came to see it. They never would. After his grandparents passed that were in Chicago, they would only stop to see us in Georgia on their way to Chicago to see my father-in-law's parents who were in Chicago. So they both passed in 1999, one in early 1999, and then later in 1999, my ex's grandmother passed. After that, they never. So 96 was the last time when my Claire Bear was born, and they didn't even see her because they wanted to get back home. And it was there was an odd synchronicity that happened, and they didn't stay to see the Claire being born. She was born on the same day as their baby that passed. So it was my ex's brother. So, and it was weird. I didn't know. We wouldn't have known, but they went up to Chicago for a reunion, and they did a family tree, and the baby was on there, and it said the 31st of. It was weird. Never mind. I'm not gonna say the date. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. 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 And yeah, I couldn't believe, like, with the roommate in St. Louis, that was insane. And like, we first met him at first, and I met him because before I left, she got him as a roommate before I left in my RV, because she wanted to make money on her place. She wanted to do Airbnb, and then the city where she was in Illinois didn't okay that, because she tried to go through the city and okay it. And I never asked permission. I don't think I had to at that time when I did it, 2017 to 2019, but in Georgia. But she asked permission. She wasn't able to, so she wanted to rent out rooms. And since I would only pay when I was there, and I was paying $100 a week just for when I was there, she wanted another roommate. So I did meet him, and he seemed fine. And it was an election year, and he was of the same political leanings as us. And so I thought that was good. But he's... and then just the audacity of him. He wanted her to lower his rent after he moved in there, and he agreed on this, price. And I did a lot of codependent things that made it worse again. Like I told him how much I paid, and that was none of his business. And I paid less, but I wasn't there all the time. And I cooked, I cleaned for Gladys. I would watch Blue when she was gone. I did all sorts of stuff and chores and just all sorts of things for Gladys. And this guy was a slob. And just the audacity of him um, that they're very entitled, and that he ran off this other Renner too, the good one, the good looking one. Because this narcissist also he looked like Yosemite Sam actually. Yosemite Sam with the red hair and the beard. Oh goodness. So yeah, and didn't flush his shit down the toilet. And I really feel like he did it on purpose. And then he called me passive aggressive because I left him a note. Don't forget to flush. And I'm like, there was a note on the wall at my Airbnb. Don't forget to flush. Was that passive aggressive? No, it wasn't. He was the one that was passive aggressive. And I came to the conclusion too that he left his shit in the toilet on purpose. So, and then, oh goodness, just made such a mess. Like Gladys bought a new pan because he cooked something in the pan, left the pan up in his room. I'm like, where's your big pot? That I make the pot roast in. She bought another new pot, not thinking to ask him like what happened to my pot. Like neither of us, both of us being codependent. And see, that was another thing. Like Gladys was so codependent too. It was just a mess. So we were both really like enabling him. And she should have never rented to him. And then I heard him on the phone saying he was going to move out. Yeah, he left his, and then gets mad at me for leaving him a note to flush the toilet. And then they both turned it on me, even Gladys did. And it's like, you're being petty. And I'm just like, no. And Gladys's dad was involved because like they're all codependent like that. And he's narcissistic. So it's like she was listening to both of these narcissists and like I was leaving. She didn't want to lose the money. And then she got mad at me for saying, oh, I heard you on the phone saying you were going to move out. When are you moving out? And I was getting all codependent. I should have just shut up. Because I was leaving. I just didn't know when I was leaving. And then I ended up having to just get out of there because she went to Mexico for vacation. And I was going to go with her. And I just didn't want to go with her anymore after she was treating me like crap about this Renner. And I'm just like, yelled at me for, all I did was ask him when he was going, and I'm like, I didn't feel safe anymore. I didn't feel like it was safe to leave him there with her. I got all up in my, I got all codependent because of her codependency. Gladys's it was just a mess, you guys. It was a mess. And we were fighting, and then she was trying to split up our fighting, when he was calling me codependent. I mean, not codependent. I am codependent. Calling me passive aggressive for leaving the note. And I was just like, no. And it was such a mess. And there's this other channel that's good called Ross Rosenberg, and he calls it the dance. I think it's what it's called, the human magnet syndrome. That's what he calls it. The narcissists and codependents are attracted to each other. I mean, and this wasn't even like any romantic relationship. People would often think that that Gladys and I were lesbians and we were a couple, but we weren't. We're not. And so that was interesting, and it was annoying. But it's just like, it's not, some people would take that as a insult, but it's not really. Some people who are uh, you know, homophobic, and uh, but anyways, it happens in romantic and even friendships. And I had a narcissistic friend for many years too, in Georgia, and it was a mess. And oftentimes the narcissists, like my ex and his dad, they get in cahoots together, and then my ex would be in cahoots with my narcissistic friend, and being like, uh, to what we can get Susan to do, we can control her with her guilt and her, it's so good now to finally be free, because my ex still tries to guilt me with stuff like when he wanted me to take care of another other child that needs issues, but he's been helping him, and he's been a big issue in our splitting up. It wasn't the cause of it, but it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And so, yeah, they're vibrating on the same energy. Yeah, they're vibrating on a lake. Yeah, her focus was on the money. Exactly. Her focus was on the money. And she was upset. She's codependent, and she was upset because I was leaving. I really feel that. And she has like abandonment trauma, I feel like. And I kept telling her, you need to get therapy. And I think I've told her that she's codependent, but like, she just won't listen to me. And I'm telling her she needs therapy, and I needed therapy too, but I was having trouble finding a therapist. And she would be like nasty like this, like, well, how's that working for you? And I'm like, I don't have a therapist. I'm trying to find one. I'm trying very hard to find one, and I still haven't. And that's why Codependence Anonymous has really been a lifesaver for me. It's been really helpful. So, but she was, I would be on her side. Her dad was manipulative with her. She bought a house in Georgia for him to rent, and then like he'd be paying his rent late, and he'd be, complaining about this being broken or that being broken, and her, wanting her to pay this, how much money to, and it's like they were in this like tug of war, because they're both like cheap as heck. And I'm like, I think I even said to her one time, I was like, my dad was, I feel for you. My dad was narcissistic, but like, hey, now my limited contact, and so low contact, but still, like, I sent him a card for his 90th birthday and stuff like that, paid off. And all the years I dealt with my dad many years, and visited my parents more often than my two siblings that also got money from when he passed, who lived in the same state. And I had 5 children, and I always brought his grandchildren to see him and all of that. And I feel like I just earned that inheritance, right? But I would say to Gladys, I was like, okay, I feel you. I understand. My dad's a narcissist, but also he's not asking me to take care of him. I don't have to, buy a house for him to rent from me. And this is a totally different situation, and I was like, I'm, to me, it was just so toxic. It was all so toxic. It was just a big mess. So we're two codependents, and this narcissistic roommate, and he ran off the good roommate, who I called Cheat Day, because she had this sorry loot. I talked her into breaking up with her. I'm like, when do you see him? When do you talk to him? What, what the heck? He hasn't even come up to see you at your house. She still had this so-called quote unquote boyfriend. And, that's why I called the other guy. He was good looking. He was nice. He had a good job. Even the roommate from hell, he didn't have a good job. He couldn't even afford it. I think his mother was helping him pay for his car. He got this crappy car that wasn't even registered in his name, and it was his name and his mom's name, and it broke down, and he just left it on the side of the road, and the sheriffs came to the door and like, is here, is the jackass here? I think of the bestest nicknames. His name is Jacob. I called him the Jackass. The Jackass, and the other roommate was Cheat Day. If she had done what she was supposed to do with Cheat Day, we wouldn't have had to worry about because just right away the new roommate didn't fly with Cheat Day. So it was just such a mess. And then I got with, oh goodness, I made another dumb, it's hard to say because it was, he helped me out. I got with Mario again, that boyfriend in St. Louis, but he helped me. I'm like, you rescued me from the witch's castle. And he had a story. He was like bopping around from girlfriend's house to girlfriend's house, I think, to baby mamas, to I don't know where. He didn't really have his brothers up there, and he was tripping. He's the one I bought but he helped me, and then I was trying to get to Denver to live by my son, and everything, like they say, everything happens for a reason. Every step I think needed to be in there. And then I got the money from my dad, and then when I got here, I was kicking myself because I spent most of that money, but I needed that time to just sit in Denver and chill. When I got the money from my dad, that's what that allowed me to do. I'm like, just sit here and chill. And then after I went to Europe, I got the job lifeguarding, and that was good. I feel like that helped me get this job because I had a job for 9 months. I had another job, and that took a lot of that was a hard thing to pass, even though it was shallow water lifeguarding course. I'm pretty fit. I need to be more fit, but I'm pretty fit. And so yeah, everything happens for a reason. And I feel like I really needed to learn what I learned too from the bullies, because that was the same situation. I got drawn in by this same community, same energy levels, like you're saying, Pam, same energy levels of these codependents and narcissists in this YouTube community, where they drank and partied and, then had meetups, and they were all online, and going live and going on each other's lives and all that because COVID. And that was that community I got involved in, but it was so dysfunctional and toxic because it was like these narcissists and then these codependents enabling these narcissists, and like, oh, he's so cool and blah blah blah. And their channels are all like pretty much dying now. They don't go live anymore. They got monetized, but they're not getting that many views. One's 4,000, 5,000 subscribers, but just their channels are dying. And then like the original guy that I was crushing on, he's the one that started it up, and then the other guy started bullying me and did the videos about me. But the original guy, he only has like like not even 2,000 subscribers, and now he got memberships and all that. And I'm like, I wonder what his members are thinking. And he doesn't make any videos anymore. He doesn't go live anymore. And yeah, and I was gonna meet up with someone that was from that community, and I was like, I need to go see. And I found out she's a member. I'm like, I don't want to hang around the codependent type people that enable the narcissists or the narcissists either. So it's like, I'm very particular at who I'll hang around. And recently I'm finding out too that not only do I like them to be on the same page as me politically, but also be ones that are not scared to speak out and be honest, because some of them that are on the same page as me politically and maybe voted for Harris, they're still over here kissing the MAGA's, excuse my language, kissing the MAGA people's asses. And I'm like, no, I'm not cool with that. And they are upset with me because I'm not going to keep going to, I'm not going to be on the channel where Pam will know who I'm talking about. I will not be on the channel where the one's liberal, but she's like, she's still catering to the magazine. I want you all to stay here with me. and then one's MAGA. These are, bigger van life channels that I've moderated for. And one's MAGA and pretending like, oh, we don't talk politics. Oh, AOC makes $30,000. I'm like, what the hell? What the heck? Excuse me. What? Hello? Taking a picture with a cyber truck? I'm like, sorry, but now that's political. That's being political now. And you're saying you're not being political. And that was the MAGA, and then this other person who's liberal like me is wanting to kiss up to these people. Oh, they have big channels. Yeah. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Stop it. Slap, cut it out. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's difficult days, you guys. It's difficult days. These are trying times. I liked the video you sent me up. Maybe we could watch that. I think I shared did I share the Bruce Springsteen was at a concert in the UK and talking about what's going on in the country. And I'm really glad. And then even Trump did call it out. Did you see that too, Pam? Trump called it out. Getting all onto the president, you guys. He's so freaking delusional. And I'm sorry. I really can't. I really want to say to some people, my MAGA friends, because I still do have a few of them. I don't really talk to them very much anymore, but I just really want to say, like, how can you you either are not informed, you're still watching the wrong news, you're delusional, you have your head in the sand, or you're just racist and you don't care about people like him, like Trump. That's either what it is. What is it? What is it? You not informed? Are you lacking brain cells? What? Why are you still making excuses and saying this was a good decision? Like, how can you? It's beyond me. I don't understand it. And I don't like people that go along with it and are trying to kiss MAGA's butt. I'm like, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It really is. So two watching now. Thank you for being here. But I'm gonna. Well, I'm trying to think if I have another poem to say. I'm probably gonna say the elephant poem. I probably will. Say it again. The elephant in the room. Call out the elephant in the room. And that's what I'm doing and talking about narcissists and codependence. It's just like it's both bad. It makes for a very toxic environment that I don't want to deal with. And so that's why I'm very particular about friendships or who I'll hang out with, because even if it's another codependent and they're not aware of their codependency, like Gladys, then it's just going to be a bunch of dysfunctionalness and toxicity, like the thing with Gladys. Because although she's not a narcissist and she's not harming me in the way a narcissist would, but she's inviting these other narcissists that are coming into her life to control her, like her dad, and like this toxic tenant. And there's a weird bug landed on my computer. Weird bug landed on my computer. What is that? I'm doing a little video to show you. Oh my goodness. Maybe I can squish it now. Got it. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. Let me show you the video. I'll show you the video of my shish kebab. It was so yummy. Yeah, I'm going to let you go in a minute. What? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, keep on. Oh, Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Life is too short for me anymore too. And I've been through so much with these narcissists and codependents that I'm just like, I'm not going to do it anymore. So, yeah. Because I used to be so, lonely and longing for, friends or, romantic partners, whatever, that, let me show you okay, here's my shish kebab that I had for lunch when nobody was here. It was 4 pounds of chicken.
But almost. I have to wait close.
And then here's the weird bug that landed on my screen. See the weird bug that landed on my screen?
What is that? I'm doing a little video to show you.
The video and the picture in the background was when I was at Coronado Island in my RV. Okay. So let me do the elephant in the room, because that's appropriate, because the elephant in the room can be anything. And this book I did for kids because kids can be going through something that they need to talk about and tell another grown-up person about, or tell a teacher or something. They could be going through something. It could be mental health issues in the family. It could be abuse, physical or sexual. It could be anything. That's why when I wrote the poem, I did not write it for kids. I wrote it for myself, because the elephant can be anything, and certainly does apply to like toxic situations where you got a codependent enabling a narcissist and stuff like that. And mental health. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so that's why I like to talk about these things anyways, because I have experience with these things. This is dedicated to my mom. For my mom, Ellen Olsen Hewitt, who loved to give children books because they are the best gifts. There goes my camera. Was there ever an elephant? I say was. They had me change it to has. Doesn't matter. Was there ever an elephant in your room? When it walked, it went boom. You tried to deny it, but you couldn't hide it. Where can you hide an elephant? Oh no, that's a cat, you try to say, or maybe a bat. It will fly away. See the elephant bat and the elephant cat? If you can't admit it, you can't quit it. Go ahead and face it. Can you trace it? Could the truth set you free, or will they all laugh at me? Perhaps. Who are they, anyways, and why do we care if they laugh? They have a hyena in their room. That's so much worse than just an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. 1 day, 2 day, 3, day by day, these things I pray. I have a higher power who created elephants. Maybe he will take care of it. I wonder what he'll do. Will he take it to the zoo? See, the boy, he's worrying that the elephant's going to be locked up. But God is thinking of the elephant is free. I went back and forth with the illustrators, and that's what mostly I paid these idiots at Page Publishing $3,000 for, is to get my book illustrated, and then I got no royalties for it. Or they sent me a joke check for $11 saying I sold 4 copies, when I know I sold more than, not that I think I sold 1 million copies, but I sold more than 4. And it ended up everywhere, and people selling it for like, why were people selling it for like $10.99 when that's what I paid to buy my own book? I'm like, how can they be making money off of it when I'm not? So I have a higher power who created elephants. Maybe he can take care of it. I wonder what he'll do. Will he take it to the zoo? I may have read that already. What? People will come from miles around to see the greatest show in town, the elephant. He now does tricks, and people pay to get their kicks. God can take your ashes and give you beauty. You thought you had to sacrifice. Everyone must pay their price. See, I wrote this before I was away from God, too. If I give him the elephant, he'll die. But the ringmaster doesn't work that way. The elephant will live another day. He'll sing and dance because he got a second chance. The circus is a place of joy and wonder because the ringmaster has a plan. Trust the elephant in his hands. The end. Okay, now I'm going to pray and let y'all go. Thank you for not leaving me all alone, Pam. It's better to have someone to interact with if you're live. You know, I do get most of that. Thank you for watching the replay, everybody, because I do get most of my views on the replay. So thank you for that. But it's nice to have someone to interact with on a live. So, and I will go at 5:30, which is going to be my usual time on Mondays because I'm usually working Mondays, but I'm off Monday. So I was going to ask, don't need to ask since like, that was kind of like my answer since nobody showed up until Pam got here. So that was kind of my answer about, oh, David, you're never alone. Oh, are you stalking me, David? How are you? How are you? Never alone. I know I'm never alone because God is always with me. Ha. How have you been? Yes, I am. I knew it. I knew it. There's a lot of one of my followers, bless her heart, was kind of getting too involved with, like, there's 2 mystery viewers, there's 2, and I was like, yeah, so and I'm like, I know a number of people that could be, there's 2 mystery viewers, they're not in the chat, and I'm just like, okay, not really concerned about it, but I am so good. Yeah, I am so good. This is where I was wanting to go when I left Georgia, and I've slowly been making my way west, and like they call St. Louis is the gateway to the West, right? So I was in St. Louis. I left Georgia in 2020, and I was in St. Louis for 2 years, and I was traveling in my RV for a year. And then I went to Denver in 2022, and I was in Denver for 2.5 years. And then my son came down here. We didn't really plan it, although I thought, he's been saying he wanted to go somewhere warmer. I've always been wanting to come back to California. I was thinking of Northern California when my son was in Bend, Klamath, where I really loved, where I went in my RV. I loved it up there. It's really beautiful. It's not as warm as here, though, but it was 5 hours from Bend. So I was thinking of moving there. My daughter invited me to move by her, but that kind of really fell through, and I never really felt at peace about moving east. So yeah. Then, I just left 3 months ago. Like, I was going to celebrate. I think maybe we'll do the celebration live on Monday night. Monday night, 5:30. Yeah, let's do the celebration live then. Because I've been here 3 months. And so after I was here a month, I found a tiny house. My son was here 2 weeks after me. I thought he would come back later, And so I thought he would, follow me here, but I didn't think he would like that soon. Like, I'm like, wow, you're here already. So I'm like, well, let's, let me get something where we can both live so I won't end up with another. I'm like, I said to him like last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I said, yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Like, I'm so glad you're here. I couldn't have done all this without you here, because he's been such a big help with everything. Because I was just going to get a roommate. I was just going to get another roommate. I said, if you hadn't come down here, I probably would have ended up with another roommate from hell. Here's another weird bug, you guys. There's weird bugs coming after me. I think I better go. But so yeah. So my son's here, and he lives in the loft in my tiny house. And do you want a quick tour? He went to go check on his car. Maybe he went to see if he can find one of those tools, because he went through his stuff and he couldn't find it. My son got a flat tire last night. Yeah, I was even telling my boss, I got a nanny job. And I've been at it for 3 months already. I tried to hang up my picture. This is my purple room. I tried to hang up Freya, the Warrioress of Love, on the wall with my command strips, and they came off. And so I got new command strips because these ones are not sticky anymore. So I hung her up right there, and then I went to bed, and boom, fell on my legs. And and this is my I was going to go see David when I was in the UK, but instead I went to Abbey Road Studios. Sorry, the Beatles won out over you, David. And this is my Beatles bathroom. See? This is, here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. And then whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And we had a Beatles yellow submarine bathroom in Georgia, my kid's bathroom. I had the big poster, and they had a Jack and Jill bathroom, and one side was yellow and one side was blue, and they had the fish tile. And so I decided to do it. There's food. We'll eat on this chicken for a couple days. My chicken and rice I had this is my little kitchen. I hung up this. There's no place like home. That was hanging in my RV also. This. And this is a sofa Pam helped us get on Saturday. So, and I going to hang up the tree in here. And I hung up this cross my mom got at she got at the church on the hill in Sedona. That was my mom's cross. It kind of matches the paint really too well. It matches the paint really well, this cross. So yeah, my son painted all this. Like, he has my ex's attention to detail, but he's not an asshole about it. So that's good that like he got the good they stuffed this humongous refrigerator in here, and the walls were it was messed up. So my son like fixed all of this with the spackletine and this, and he just, this is a sign my dad made woodworking, and then in here also is a little thing my dad made for Ian with his name, see, the little dragon that I had lost the red eye for. And then I made a whole poem out of that because of the red eye. So it's my little teeny house. And Ian's room is up here. But so he has he's able to sit in his chair. He has well, no, I don't want to show you. No, I don't want to show you. That's his space. I don't want to do that. So, but I hung up these things too. I hung up things in here. And the Jesus and the little children and the tree. Oh, and that's our washer and dryer. I fit that in here too. So it's surprisingly well, you know. I'm really thankful to code. I'm really thankful for my progress, because it would have drove me freaking nuts, and I definitely could not live with my other son. I couldn't. That's what I knew that. That's why I didn't end up being able to help him. But my ex helps my older son, and my older son doesn't really do anything really to help my ex either, but he can afford to do that, and he needs. There's things, yeah. My older son needs more assistance, and my ex is equipped to do that, and my younger son is helping me out a lot. So, is it expensive to live in? I bought this house for $107,000, and I paid lot rent though, $1,200 lot rent. So, but for a house in California, that's a good price right there. Amazing. I got a nanny job, which is going to more than cover what my alimony is when my alimony stops. So that is great. Thank you so much for being here. See, it says 5 watching now. So I have mystery viewers. Now I have 3 mystery viewers. Oh my goodness. No. Hi. Hello. I will pray for you, mystery viewers. So yeah. You said it's expensive there, David. It's expensive here, and I don't have any health care, and I had to pay for my COVID shot, and it was $200 yesterday. Ow, and it's sore. But I felt like I should my son was like, you didn't need to get it, but I signed a nanny contract that I'm supposed to get I wanted to get it too anyways, but yeah. So yeah, I don't have any health care. But yeah, I just got a job, and I've been at my job for 3 weeks. On the 30th, I will have had my job for a month. I've already made more than I make in alimony, which I worked 30 years for. Okay. Uh, so yeah. So I work at a very big house. I think my tiny house would fit just the downstairs of the house where I work is bigger than my tiny house. Way bigger. My tiny house is like 2 rooms of the house where I work because it's a big house. But I'm really thankful for my job, y'all. So thankful. And I'm just like, I thought that when I came here, I wasn't thinking of getting a job right away. Oh, your son is going over to Philly to be with his girlfriend for a month in August. Wow. Oh, in August. Worst time to go. Oh my gosh. It's going to be hot and muggy. This is where he should come. He should come to California. See, that's why I didn't want to work. It is, the weather in Philly is so awful. I mean, like I liked Denver better. The only thing that Philly had going for it, was my granddaughters are there. That's it. My daughter's there. My granddaughter's there. That's it. That was it. Oh, it's New York City. I like New York City. He's going to go into the city, right? I always chose even going up. I didn't even run. I'm like, I got to go run up the Rocky Steps. I want to go run up the Rocky Steps. I never did. I would go into New York and see Wicked, or, we'd always go into New York as opposed to seeing Philly. Philly's like St. Louis. It's like, it's an old dirty city, and the weather's terrible, and it's so muggy in the summer, and it's so cold in the winter. And it's just, Denver's beautiful too. It's out in the sticks. Well, that will be nice. Co-play in Philly. Co-play? What's that? Out in the sticks. Interesting. But Philly's okay. But I wouldn't want to live. I was gonna move to Jersey because I wanted to be by the ocean. Funny, a lady at the lady I bought the candle from in the banana bread. Her daughter makes the candles, and she makes jams and jellies and all this stuff from her farm. Her daughter makes these candles, and this lady has bees at the farmer's market. She gets stuff from her daughter in New Jersey, and she has 3 granddaughters in Philly area. Well, in New Jersey. And I'm like, oh, I was going to move to New Jersey to be near my granddaughters. But I decided to move here instead. And she said, yeah, my granddaughters are in on the East Coast. And but yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. I wanted to settle here, and then I didn't get, it was kind of like the same thing with my so my brother's kind of narcissistic. I have trouble saying, like, I really didn't think he was, but he may very well be. And I had trouble getting along with my brother after my sister-in-law passed, because I wanted to stay out here, but then I hadn't really traveled in my RV. And so when I had the falling out with my brother after my sister-in-law passed, I was like, let me go. I'm out of here. And I went up to Northern California, and that's when I discovered it was really pretty even north of San Francisco, because I always went up to San Francisco to see my grandparents when I was a kid. And I'm from the Valley, which is Los Angeles, the San Fernando Valley. I'm a Valley girl. Gag me with a spoon. I moved cross country when I was 12 in 1979. So I got saved from being a Valley girl. But anyways, good night. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to go and pray for you. But anyways, so yeah, I was thinking of staying out here. I was out here for a little bit in my RV in 2021. And then I ended up going back to St. Louis. And then from St. Louis, I went to Denver. And then I left Denver on the 23rd of February. That's why it's like 3 months today since I left Denver. So 3 months. And I just feel like everything's fallen into place because, this is where I'm supposed to be. It's really, really pretty here and really, really nice. On my live a few weeks ago, David, a coyote got a squirrel right here on the hill and I could see it. It was insane. It was insane. Yes. Good night, David. Follow the path. Yeah, there's lots of birds. Not as many birds because my bird feeder is empty. I'm going to refill it after this live, but and I'm going to need to go get some more bird seed. But I'm going to let you all go and I'm going to pray. Again. Oh, Bruce Springsteen was over there. You need to listen to what he said, David. He was over there in the UK. Thank you for popping in. My lives always seem to do better when someone from in another country pops in, David. So keep popping in, okay? No, Mondays will be too late, but pop in on Fridays. You need you to pop in because like last Monday, well, I guess that live is probably doing the same as usual, but my lives always get more views on the replay. So thank you, everybody who watches the replay. I appreciate it. And thanks for popping in, David. Thank you, Pam. And I'm going to pray. Go check out what Bruce Springsteen said about well from now on. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's how I got more international viewers because of going live at lunch. That's how Valentina found me and David and yeah. And now Emma. I have another viewer in the UK, Emma. Okay, I'm going to pray now. Dear God, thank you for these friends and followers. I pray that you would bless them. Thank you for Pam. And I pray you bless her family, her children and grandchildren, and be with them. And thank you for her friendship and for her support of my channel. I pray you bless David and his family, keep his son safe as he travels here, and I pray that he will have a good time. Please bless David and his family. Lord, we pray for this country, Lord. Please help us to be active and look up nokings.org. There's a demonstration on Trump's birthday. And Lord, we just pray that everybody will keep resisting, that people who are afraid to speak out would be brave, get some balls, maybe. Lord, thank you that some people are waking up, Lord, to realize they made a mistake in voting this man in. Lord, he's a felon. He's trying to destroy this country. Millions of children are going to die because of the aid that's stopping. And Lord, it's just horrible, the things that are happening. Lord, we pray for your protection over this country. He's taken this plane unlawfully, unconstitutionally, and it could be a real threat to the security of our country that he took this plane. So, Lord, just please protect us from this evil regime, and help us to call, write, speak out, go to protests. Help us to do what we can, Lord. Direct us to good accounts to listen to, like Midas Touch, Brian Tyler Cohen, Politics Girl, Park Rose Permaculture. Please help us, Lord. Please help Ukraine, Lord. We pray for the people of Gaza. We pray that you comfort all of those who've lost loved ones. And this couple that recently was killed, Lord, my heart goes out to their family, Lord, and I pray that you would comfort them. This is so, so sad. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I pray in Jesus' name. You can pray in anybody's name. I hear that there's studies done that praying helps even if you don't believe in God. That's insane. But yeah. So pray, people. Pray. I'm going to let you guys go. I did end up going 2 hours. Thank you for coming in, Pam and David. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still trying to get monetized. If you want to donate to help my channel, the links are below. If you want a copy of the 7-Story Tree, the link is below, and instructions. You cannot get this book. Please pray. I'm going to get this book republished with another publisher. Please beware of Page Publishing. They are shady scammers. Do not hire Page Publishing. And pray about that for me. And I'm going to let you go. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Pam. Thank you, David. Bye.